Hello everybody, welcome back to the Matthew and Brooke podcast. Hope you're all doing well out there. I'm your host of the podcast, as you probably all know by now, Matthew. Sorry for this podcast going up 24 hours later than normal. It's just I've been so busy with work and other things going on, but we are back for another podcast. I am sitting here once again in my home with Brooke. Brooke's back again. I didn't expect her to be on the podcast this week, but she's here. My lovely daughter Brooke is back again, but I actually didn't expect you to be on the podcast this week, Brooke.
How many podcasts? This is like our third or fourth podcast now. I've been on all of them.
I'm surprised you actually been on this one. I thought you weren't going to be on this week. I thought I was going to be shooting from the hip of my own this week.
Nope, I'm your little sidekick.
Okay. Alright guys, yes, we're back for another week. What a week it's been since we last spoke to you here on the podcast. Now I know we've been sticking up a few vlogs and stuff. I'm actually in the middle of recording today's vlog, and I got to put up another one before that as well. It's just been so chaotic over the last sort of week or so. We've got some good things we want to talk about on the podcast tonight. Obviously, it's being recorded at night time here on a Friday evening. But yes, it's been a fun-filled week.
Yep, very, very fun. Well,
You don't sound very happy today. What's wrong with you?
it's miserable weather.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, you could at least put a smile on your face and talk nice to the lovely listeners here on the YouTube channel and on SoundCloud, and hopefully before the end of this week, iTunes, if iTunes decide to pull their finger out and get us on iTunes.
Is it me? Or every time we do a podcast, you get mixed up with vlogging and podcasting?
I always do, yeah, that's a nightmare. But anyway, yes, guys, it's been since we last spoke to you on the podcast, on the vlogging channel, Brooke, the vlogging channel. We haven't put very much content up since we last spoke to you. We put up the Liverpool Museum vlog, which was not a bad vlog. I actually enjoyed the Liverpool Museum. Did you not enjoy that?
It was very interesting, especially the bit where they were like, where was it, the trains or something down at the bottom. And then there was all these different big models, and it was cool.
The Blackpool vlog has been removed from the channel, the Blackpool Pleasure Beach one, which will be re-uploaded shortly. We're on that later. We also put up a vlog where we're out shopping for the new Liverpool jersey, which is absolutely amazing, Brooke. You got the purple one with me in Liverpool a few weeks back. We're out shopping for the new Liverpool jersey the other day. Quite impressive.
It was alright. It's not one of my personal favourites, but some people will like it, including you.
And also for me this week, the football season started back. Well, not the proper football season, but pre-season began for Lewis and I this past Saturday. We went and seen the game against Glentoran. Good crowd at Tilliesburn. Actually, Brooke, we ran into... I keep doing what you're doing all the time. Brooke keeps in the word actually tonight for some reason. We ran into a viewer who we ran into a lot of months ago at the Blue Chicago Grill here in Bangor. A young lady by the name of Sarah Louise Johnson. You probably remember her, Brooke. We ran into her and her dad at the Glentoran game. We were having a brief chat about the extortionate prices for Northern Ireland tickets, and just having a wee quick yarn. She was asking about the holiday and asking after you and stuff. Do you remember the Johnson family at the time I met them?
Yes, I remember. They came over and then they asked for pictures, and it was very nice to meet them. Very nice people.
You are. I think Sarah Louise is on your Facebook, isn't she?
Yes, I think it was actually the very night. I came in the door about maybe 10-15 minutes, and she added me.
Yeah, nice people. So they are Johnson family, lovely people. It was great running into them. I didn't actually realise she was a Glentoran supporter because she put it up on her Facebook page during the game, saying that she was at the game, and I go, "Where are you sitting?" And she was like, beside the cameras, and I was like, "Where I was down with the Glentoran TV guy," and I looked down there, she was sitting there. So yeah, it was good to see Sarah at the game last week. Lewis and I had a great time. It was roasting last Saturday. Where's all this lovely weather gone to?
It's just decided to have a turn and bring the water back.
No, it's just typical Northern Ireland weather. That's what it is.
True. Well, are we not meant to get like a heat wave? Is it next week?
They say it's supposed to be coming back again, but I don't know what's going to happen. But
this is Northern Ireland. Anything could happen. It could be snowing for all we know.
Well, it is July after all, and my mum wouldn't be surprised. It snowed 3 times this year already. But yeah, Saturday the weather was lovely, and another vlog we put up called Crazy Night in Dublin. We'll talk about that shortly. what a chaotic night that was this past Monday night in Dublin with myself and my brother Tony. So the vlogs really have been very limited this week, guys. I do apologise for it. Obviously had other things on as well. So I did say on the vlog, the vlog's actually due to go up from yesterday and the day before. It's like a a vlog over like 2.5 days, which is just interesting. You'll be able to see it probably now. Just listen to this, but Lewis finally gets his new skateboard.
Yes, the one he has been yearning for.
Well, I want a few guys who watch the channel tweet me all the time saying get him a proper skateboard and stuff, and I wanted to get Lewis not a cheap board but a decent board to start with. I don't want to go out and pay extortionate prices for a board for Lewis, but he's happy anyway with what he has. He had a Tony Hawk board the other day.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, he plays with like wee fingerboards, and it looks like a fingerboard, but like for humans.
That doesn't make any sense.
You under-
A fingerboard for humans? That's a skateboard, you fool.
But you wouldn't you'd understand if you seen it, because it's the way that it's designed underneath.
Brooke just fell out.
It's like got underneath. It's got like a design of like, I think it's like
Tony Hawk.
Yeah, and then
Fingerboard for adults. Dear God.
And then it's like got like the wee like cream thing round it with his fingerboard tab, and it's just cool. It's hard to explain, but
Watch the vlog to see Lewis's fingerboard for adults. What are you? I thought I heard a bang on the way into the room here today. Your brain's falling out of your ears or something. Unbelievable. I'm only kidding. But you dropped the microphone. But yes, Lewis got his new board, guys. So go and check it out. Anyway, the World Cup's over since we last spoke to you. France won the World Cup last Sunday. We're talking about it on the last podcast. So yes, they have officially been crowned world champions. I sort of felt sorry, even though I did say in last week's podcast, Brooke, that I kind of wanted France to win anyway, but I had a wee soft spot for Croatia in the final, but obviously it didn't work out, so unfortunately it did not work out. And French...
soft spot for Croatia whenever they put out England.
They played so well. They pegged France back for a long period of time.
But they put out England.
I know, but like that's just different.
France did have a very good team, so you can kind of see why.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Now, a lot of you will probably know that I was away on a little trip last Monday night. Now, Brooke, we were in Dublin a few months ago for Andrea's 30th. We didn't really do very much in Dublin apart from just chill out at the hotel and go around a few shops and sort of enjoy the thing. But I never actually really went and enjoyed Dublin as much as we should. I think we should go back soon, so we should maybe on half-term break or something. But anyway, this was booked months ago. Tony, myself, and my dad was supposed to go, but he didn't go. For all you wrestling fans out there, Bill Goldberg, a guy who recently returned to the WWE, done a live show in Dublin with a company called Inside the Ropes. Now, I used to do a podcast for a lot of years called Outside the Ropes, but this company was called Inside the Ropes, and they done a show live at the Trevole Theatre in Dublin. And Tony and I went on our own. And all I can say is that if my dad did go, Brooke, your dad would have been home that night. But the fact that your granddad didn't go, Tony and I ended up spending the night down there, and it ended up being one of those nights where you kind of scratch your head the next morning and think to yourself, what the god hell did I get up to last night? Went to the show. You watched the vlog, guys, you've probably seen it anyway. If you haven't watched the vlog, go and check it out, it's pretty cool. We arrive in Dublin around about lunchtime. We get checked in. We go for a kebab before the show. Dear God Almighty. It was like the size of, I don't know what. Tony even was going around telling everybody that he met that night. He had a kebab before he went out. And he said it was like eating, I don't want to use this, but he used the phrase of eating a dead dog. It was like, what? And he was like, yeah, it's like eating a dog. I called my kebab a Jack Russell or something like that. I was like, no, Tony, don't even say things like that. It's just wrong. But we had a great feed. Went for a pint before we show to Kennedy's Bar, which is around the corner from Trevole Theatre. Check it out. The great wee back area. We can go and sit in the beer garden. And then we headed to the show. The show itself, great show. It was on for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And there was a meet and greet beforehand, but it was really expensive, so we decided to go to the show. But even so, at the end of the show, Brooke, he came onto the stage and stayed on the stage, and slapped everybody's hands and took a few pictures and stuff. I'll talk to you in a second about this, Brooke, but just wanted to let the people know what's going on. And then after the show, Tony and I decided to go out for a beverage or two, and we ended up back at the hotel, or the apartment, at about 4:10 in the morning.
Yeah, a beverage or two, hint, hint, wink, wink.
Well, all I can say is, my younger brother, when he gets himself free and enjoys, he's a single man. You know, yes, he has a daughter and all. I understand all that sort. But when he gets a chance to get out on his own, Tony, well, he don't have any hair, like, but lets his hair down, so we say. And we had a great night. We actually started off in a bar where we done a live Instagram stream with everybody.
Yes.
And Brooke was like thinking I was drunk. It was like my second pint of the night. Tony decided to buy himself tequila shots and buy me one as well, which, he's insane. But the thing about it was, you know, the bars were great and all, but we'll talk about more of the bars shortly. But the prices of the bars were absolutely extortionate. It was horrible, the prices. At one point, we moved on from there because it was like a sports bar we went to. Then we went to, where did we go after that? Temple Bar? Yes, Temple Bar. And I went up to get a pint. I goes, can I have a pint of Guinness and a pint of Carlsberg? €12 a pint. 12 damn euro. Like, that's like equivalent to like €12.50 is equivalent to like nearly £12 itself for 2 pints of beer, Brooke. Aren't you glad you're still young and you don't drink alcohol?
I swear, as soon as I'm older and somebody charged me €12, if I ever go to Dublin, they charge me €12 for anything to do
Probably be expensive.
beverage.
More expensive when you're older.
It'll go over them.
Do you want to hear a joke?
Seriously.
I went into the Temple Bar and Tony and I walked in. This is a true story, by the way. This is not a lie. This is a true story. Tony will back you up. Walked in the Temple Bar, and every bar we went to, it really not with the Temple Bar, but every bar we went to, we were stopped at the door. And like, right, lads, where he's going? But everybody else is walking past. Is it because we're from the north? I don't know. But they stopped us at the Temple Bar. And the bouncer guy, he started off okay, but then he started getting a little bit cheeky about it. I'll be honest with you guys. When we went down to Dublin, it was like 23, 24 degrees. It was roasting. And even at night time, it was like 19 degrees. It was still roasting hot. It was still warm. And I went to the Bill Goldberg show in a pair of shorts. I wasn't the only person there in a pair of shorts. And I said, Tony, I'm not going to change. I'm just going to stay as I am. I'm going to go to... Because there's a lot of guys running around the pubs in like cargo shorts and sports shorts. And there was even girls wearing like cargo shorts and all too as well. And girls wearing like t-shirt tops. Guys wearing tank tops and stuff because it was really, really warm. And this guy was really cheeky me, and most of the bars after that wouldn't let me in because obviously he was wearing shorts, but it was dress code, which is understandable. But got in Temple Bar, up to the girl in the bar and says, 2 pints please. He says, you have €12. And he turns around and says, are you just out of jail? You're looking at me really funny. Why are you looking at me that for?
What do you mean it's just out of jail?
Here's the punchline. Says to her, you just out of jail? Says, pardon? I mean, you just out of jail for robbery? Says, what? I mean, €12 for 2 pints, that's robbery. You don't understand it? You just out of jail for like robbery or something like €12 for 2 pints. And she said to me, up north, if a person charged me £12 for 2 pints, I'd throw the pints back at them and tell them to stick it.
Exactly. That's what you have to do.
She sort of looked at me with this like confused look. She was like, huh? Pardon?
Probably was just sort of.
But €12 for 2 pints. But AIDS is even the worst part. I know I have a lot of young listeners out there, and I do apologize, obviously, your older listeners out there. The thing is, you know, tequila shots, you pay about £2-3 for a shot in the bar. Unless you go to a certain bar in Bangor on a Wednesday night and you get it all for £1. But anyway, Tony goes up to the bar and goes, 2 tequila shots, please. €13 for 2 shots of tequila. It was like, are you actually for real here? Like, seriously? And Tony was like, but here, going off the rail wee second here. Whenever we were still in Belfast going to Dublin, Brooke, Tony went to the Ulster Bank, to City Hall, to put money into the bank because he only had cash on him, so he wanted to put it into the bank. But obviously take out a couple of euros and stuff like that to take with him when he gets off the train to get something to eat, whatever. So we came out of one of the bars, and Tony's like, I need more euros. So both me and him go to the bank, and we both left €50. Which is about £49. Tony's €50 was gone in about 40 minutes after that. Because he was free and he didn't realise, and he was like, oh, shots this, and didn't realise. At the end of the trip, we got back to Belfast, walk into Great Victoria Street train station, and Tony goes back. Now you see in the vlog, Brooke, where Tony goes, I don't know how much I spent. I need to go to the bank. Did you see that part in the book?
No.
No. He he did say when he gets to the bank, he just looks at the bank and goes, "Stand with Victoria's Street." He goes, "Uh-oh." I says, "What do you mean, uh-oh?" Know what he spent on alcohol in Dublin?
Much.
Take a guess.
100?
More.
120?
More.
140?
Correct.
140.
£140 on alcohol in one night. But anyway, back to the Dublin part. We're in Temple Bar. It was a great crack. Do you know it was a Monday night in Dublin and it was like a Saturday night in Belfast? Even busier. There were so many people about Dublin that night. And you seen the part in the vlog, Brooke, where I showed you the wee trumpet players and all playing. That was like 1:45 in the morning.
My God.
I know. But it was just an absolute insane night. It was just... we met these 4 people, which were great people. We met people from 2 girls from Nottingham, which were really, really nice. What was their name? Kaylee and... What was the other one's name? Gemma, I think it was. Then we met 2 guys from the States, Austin and Tyler. All of them are on my Facebook now. Great people. Good crack. Having a really good laugh with them all. The next day, all 4 of them went to arranged to meet up with each other and go to the Guinness factory. So I hope they had a great time there. Tony and I obviously couldn't go because I had to come home because Andrew had to go to work and I had to come back home and look after you and your brother. But anyway, Dublin was a great night. There was live music all night long. There was bars open to like 3 a.m. Do you know, Brooke, I actually posted a photo on Facebook at I think it was like 3:10 in the morning. I was sitting in a cocktail bar at 3:10 in the morning in Dublin drinking cocktails with your Uncle Tony. Well, trying to, but Tony was like up dancing with some bird and he was singing and dancing and he was telling Austin and Tyler that they were wusses, as he used the phrase with them, because they weren't drinking strongman drink instead of drinking their, as he called, their wussy American beer.
And you wonder, you think I have no brain.
Tony's mad when he goes out. But overall, guys, it was an absolute... I didn't vlog any more of the night out itself. I just done bits and bobs, but because I wanted to enjoy myself and have a good time with Tony. But it was absolutely brilliant. Great running into those people. One of the girls says whenever we're in Liverpool again, we must give her a shout. She's going to come down and meet up with us sometime or whatever. So, yeah, sounds good. Tyler and Austin says we're ever in Michigan area again, to give them a call and we'll meet up with them and they'll go and show us some good old Detroit bars or Michigan bars and have a good time. And also, Brooke, we ran into some viewers in Dublin as well. Interesting. Yeah. Very good, because what bar was it we're standing outside? I can't even remember whereabouts it was. It was some bar, I can't remember the name of it now. It'll come to me in a minute. It was near that wee souvenir shop that was open like nearly 24/7. A couple of people come up and recognised me from the channel and they were talking and taking pictures and stuff, and I think one of them was a student and they called their friend over and they said, "There's that guy I showed you," and they wanted a picture, and then Tony and I got in the pictures with them all and it was fun. It was great meeting them all. Now you all didn't tell me your names, but I do apologise. It was kind of like 2 o'clock in the morning and I had not a lot of drinking me, but like more than trying to control Tony, but thanks for meeting us, guys. Do appreciate it. But Dublin was awesome. It was a great trip. And you seen Tony the next morning?
My God.
See, trying to get him home. What you saw in the vlog was only this. A little piece of what he was like. Trying to get a walk that would normally take you about 15 minutes from our apartment to the bus station took Tony about 50 to 55 minutes.
I think he's had to leave early then.
No, Tony was walking like a snail.
Oh my God.
I know.
Drunk much?
He said he was still drunk the next morning. He's speaking of the next morning. I just can't get over this. The next morning, Tony wakes up on the floor sleeping. On the actual floor. Now, you probably saw the vlog. There was a double bed and a wee tiny sofa which turned into a sofa bed. And I says to Tony, "Do you want to toss a coin here and see who sleeps on what?" Tony's like, "I'll take a sofa bed." I'm like, right, okay. When I finally get to bed about 5 o'clock, starting to drift off, Tony puts the TV on. There's like YouTube and all on the TV, so Tony had like YouTube music playing and stuff like that. So, but anyway, I woke up the next morning about 9:15 to get up and get ready and be checked out for 10 o'clock. And I wake up and Tony's lying, the cushions are lying in the kitchen, one's in the hall, and Tony's on the floor, lying sprawled on the floor like a starfish, snoring his head off.
What an idiot.
Absolutely. But the guy's a fool. But it was a good night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And even the next day, Brooke, on the phone with your granny, she was kind of like, you haven't seen each other for ages because they've both been working different away from each other now. And when you finally get to Gary, he's going on like 2 10-year-olds. It's like, what he is like? But you're not able to see the funny side of it. And she was kind of like, I don't even want to imagine what he was like. He was still half drunk on the bus on the way back. Do you know he was actually singing on the bus, the wheels on the bus going round and round? He was trying to get people on the bus to sing the wheels on the bus go round and round. I'm being completely serious. He was singing the can of front. Come on, join in. There was like an American fella in the seat in front of him, and he was like singing, "On the wheels on the bus go round." It's like, Tony, please. Oh my god.
But I would just be embarrassed.
He was just a nutcase. He was just, what's your name there, mate? The wheels on the bus. I was like, oh my god. And then he kept singing, I'm going home in the back of an ambulance. It was like, oh my god, Tony, please. Oh, and then we finally get to Belfast, and he get off the train, and went over to the bank, and he just looked at his bank and went, uh-oh. And I went, Tony, you are an absolute nutcase. So you are. But no, Dublin was awesome, guys. It was a great night, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it's just like, why did I ever get involved in that? But it was fun, and the people we met was great. I would love to do it again sometime. Tony did say about myself and Andrea and him going down sometime, but I would love to go. It'd be a really, really, really good time. But hey ho. Anyway, Brooke, whenever I was, sorry for rambling on a bit there. Whenever I was away in Dublin, what did you guys get up to?
Well, I was out enjoying the sunshine and all, and then, as you can guess, Lewis and Andrew sat inside the whole day. Well, apart from that, we got to go to McDonald's, but fun. Yeah, but it was like really, really, like, it was sunny most of the day, and then it got a little bit cold, so, but it was fun. And then went to bed. I stayed up a little bit later than what I should have.
Sounds like you didn't do very much exciting, did you?
No. No.
No comment. Anyway, you also went to the cinema the other day to see a new movie just out there, The Incredibles 2, with Andrea's sister, Becky. So, how'd that film go? Because you were coming to me the other day and you asked me, and I booked you guys a couple of tickets for the what do you call it, the cinema. How'd that go?
It was amazing. I don't think I've ever seen the first one, but I need to see it because I don't want to give out too much because it's only brand new and not very many people might have seen it, but I would recommend it, especially for like younger ones. But it's very, very, like, I would say funny, but it's like practically the moral of the story is the family comes closer together by the end of the movie, and that is very nice to see because it's always nice to see people come closer, especially a family.
So The Incredibles 2 was good then?
Yes. The funniest...
Don't give away two spoilers now.
No, the funniest one is the baby. I swear to goodness, every time I laughed at him. He's worse. Like,
sorry to be giving you stupid looks here, but I'm sitting here in front of my computer while we're recording the podcast here, and I'm watching a pig in a paddling pool jumping around. It's actually quite hilarious.
It's like just...
Looks like me taking a bath.
Same.
Oh, well, no, you went and seen The Incredibles 2. It seemed like a pretty good show. So I've seen the trailer for it and stuff. But I have seen a trailer for a film that I do want to see. It's for a film based on the lead singer of Queen, Freddie Mercury. The film is called Bohemian Rhapsody, which is due out in November, which I cannot wait. I shared the link on my Facebook page yesterday, I think it was. It's due out, I think it's the start of November, but it's ours there. I just showed the brick here in front of me here. It is due out November 2nd, and I'll be going to the movies to watch that. Bohemian Rhapsody is based on the band Queen, and most importantly, the lead singer Freddie Mercury, who died in 1991. I can't believe all those years ago. It was 1991 he died. I remember when he died like it was yesterday. Sad. But one of the best bands that ever exist. One of my all-time favourite bands. And it'll be due out on the 4th of November. Anyway.
Say the 4th?
Sorry, the 2nd of November. You're confusing me. Email time.
Oh, yay.
Shall we read some of the emails this week?
Yes.
Happy days. Here we go. Now, I do go through all your regular emails, but I came across one that I read back a lot of months ago. April, actually, I read this one. Person called Dan. I wanted to read this in the podcast, and I keep forgetting to read it out, and I keep forgetting to say about it on the vlog as well. But this is actually a really good one, Brooke. Listen to this here. Hey folks, some suggestions for the vlog to spice things up a little bit for your thing. Some things that he wants us to try and do in the vlog, which I know it's obviously nothing to do with the podcast, but listen to this here. Some of these suggestions are actually quite good. Bargain of the week at the shops. We do a lot of shopping. Footballer of the week for Lewis and I. Recommended takeaway food item. Let's see. History famous person of the week. Like an educational piece. Okay. Something for you, baby. Weather report in Ireland for those who are overseas. A guest interview. Okay. A Man Cave special segment. The Man Cave's been taken away now. Maybe see. It also says here, keep providing us fans with content and we'll keep watching. I am also due to visit Ireland. He's due to visit Ireland soon. Oh, anyway, guys, I'm off to work. Something for you to do. All the best, Dan. So there you go. Some suggestions for the vlog.
I think we can maybe squeeze those in. I'll have a think about that. Maybe even on just like a Friday or something, we could sit down and maybe at the end of the vlog or something.
Well, the vlogs are going to be starting to change pretty soon because I'm working on a new intro for the vlogs and also like a new look to the vlogs. So they're going to be changing pretty soon because I'm talking to a friend of mine who's been giving me some ideas and stuff. So anyway, guy here called John wants to know, how was the hangover from Dublin? I didn't have a hangover. I was absolutely grand. And number 2, he says, when's the next Liverpool vlog going to be coming out? We are off to Liverpool on the 6th of August till the 8th of August because we're going to the game on the 7th of August where Liverpool are playing Torino. And we have just heard today that the new goalkeeper who signed for Liverpool, by the way, Alisson, will be making his Anfield debut that day.
What, so we won't lose the game this time?
Because Gareth is not nets.
Exactly.
Well, all the new players are going to be there, Brooke, Kaida, and Fabinho, we call him, and also Alisson, and who else was signed?
I don't know about Salah.
Well, hopefully Fakir will be signed by then too.
Will Salah be playing?
Of course he will.
And Hendo?
And you're the boys in the back of your shirt who you're sitting recording the podcast with, Hendo, yes.
Yay. So, yes. If Andrew and me, the only thing me and Andrew are probably going to go want to see is Henderson and Firmino. Oh, goodness.
You're desperate. You are mad. Lee wants to know why the Blackpool video was taken down. Yes, it's being uploaded again. I did say more on that later. Some person contacted me and asked me to remove some footage from it, so it was re-edited, and it will be uploaded again soon, so stay tuned for that. Thanks very much for your email, Lee. And my phone just pings as I'm reading it through the podcast here. Unbelievable. Ryan wants to know, hey guys, what are you up to the rest of the summer? When's this meet and greet happening?
What are we up to the rest of the summer? For me, probably sleeping.
No, not sleeping. We're going on a Liverpool trip again. Lewis and I are going on our Liverpool trip. We're also going to Dublin, and we're going to be doing a lot more things before you go back to school again. And also,
can I at least sleep sometimes?
You always do sleep. Meet and greet. Now, here's the thing about a meet and greet, Brooke. A lot of people have been mailing me on Facebook, on the fan page. They've been sending me messages on Instagram. They've been commenting on live streams on the PlayStation. We're doing live stream on PlayStation, live streams on Instagram, wherever it is we do content. People have been asking about a meet and greet. Now, a lot of you guys out there have been asking, they want to meet us, they want us to do a meet and greet. The way I'm looking at it is, I look at it in 2 ways. Number 1, yes, obviously I want to give back to the fans for obviously supporting the YouTube channel and stuff like that. But number 2, on the other side of the coin I'm looking at is, are we really that big enough, Brooke, to have a meet and greet?
Well, if so many people are asking for it, we must be.
Yeah, but they ask for it. But the thing is, you go in and put in the plan, a meet and greet and stuff like that. Say you book a venue, it costs you couple £100, whatever it is, and no one, hardly anybody turns up, and you've lost a lot of money, and you kind of feel embarrassed in a way sometimes. But again, a lot of people are asking for meet and greets. I would love to have a meet and greet. Love to have a meet and greet with everybody and get to meet different individuals and talk to them and find out why they watch us and what's their story, and most importantly, meet the fans and meet the new people and meet the viewers who support our channel.
True. That would be like very, very nice, especially to see the people who leave so many nice comments on, say, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and be able to meet the people who are actually behind that screen and who actually stick up for us.
Not even that there, just meet them and thank them for watching the YouTube channel and supporting it. My phone keeps going off. Keep giving those guys, giving them a personal thank you from us to say, thank you for the support. We say it all the time in the vlog, but you don't seem to understand how much we appreciate the support, because if it wasn't for your support, we wouldn't be in the position now we're in with obviously the vlogging channel.
True. That is 100% true. If it wasn't for you, we probably wouldn't be where we are.
My only biggest fear as well is, I'd say I wouldn't talk about it anymore, but arranging a meet and greet and some of the haters turn up, some of the trolls who think they're funny and come up and turn up and say, like, try and ruin the day for everybody else. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing, though. They're wasting, well, they're not wasting, but they're using their money to pretty much come and hate.
Yeah, so pay for a train or a bus to get there.
Exactly.
Or if I have to drive a car, pay for petrol to get there.
Exactly. So they're just no, it's just a little bit of, I don't know.
That's just a fear of mine. Yeah. Just them to turn up and go, oh, you're this, not we heard you're this, and we told you. It ruins the day for everybody else. So, at the end, obviously, this talk about this, would we ever have a meet and greet one day? Yeah. People are saying, like, oh, you're popular on YouTube and people know who you are and stuff. Yeah, that's good and all, but at the end of the day, guys, the way I'm looking at it is, are we really that big enough to have a meet and greet? Will people actually turn up to the meet and greet? Let us know what your thoughts on that, guys. If you want to send in our email into the show, you can. The podcast here. And my phone keeps pinging again, and it's really doing my head in. It's probably Andrea texted me at work, so it is, as we were recording this podcast. Yep, it is. I forgot to say how you can contact us. You can contact us by email, matthewmurrayyoutube@mail.uk. Are we big enough to hold a meet and greet? What do you think?
50-50.
I would say the same. Let us know what you think, guys. But that's enough of your questions for this week, guys. I do appreciate all your questions, as always. It really does mean a lot to us. What are you doing, by the way? She's sitting here beside me here, and what are you doing?
It's sad.
She's sitting here. It looks like she's either scratching her foot or picking her foot, or what? I don't even want to imagine what you're doing.
It's like whenever you like clench your foot together on the bottom of it gets like wrinkles. It feels cool.
You have no life. You need to get out more.
I do.
Anyway, guys, that is going to bring us to the end of this podcast this week. Thank you for listening, as always. Here I said in the vlog there.
Yes, you're getting better at it. You're getting better.
Mm-hmm. Next week's podcast, we're going to have more proper subjects. First couple of weeks have just sort of been us talking and stuff, but next week's going to be more based on subjects. Anything you want us to hear us talking about, anything you want to hear our views on, give us a shout. matthewmurrayyoutube@mail.uk. Also, stay tuned to the vlogs coming up, guys. Tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow, I'm in Malile tomorrow. Well, I was going to say sunny Malile, but it looks like it's going to be overcast tomorrow again. But I'm in Malile tomorrow for football.
Have fun.
Why will, believe me, Lewis and I are off to watch Harlem Welders play Abbey Villa tomorrow in a pre-season friendly. Not long till the new football season starts on the 11th of August, but we are off to Malile tomorrow. I haven't been to Abbey Villa's football ground for a very, very long time, but I'm looking forward to getting down there tomorrow for the football. So we'll talk about that next week on the podcast, but we'll have, as I said, more different things we're going to talk about on next week's show, because we want to go through like different things that have happened like in the news and everything else that's going on around the world, and we'll have a wee chat about that next week on the podcast, and hopefully you'll be back next week.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know, you'll probably be away doing something like getting your hair done or your nails done.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Anyway, guys, it's going to bring us to the end of this podcast. Thank you for listening, not watching, listening. Hopefully this will be on iTunes. If it is, please subscribe to us on iTunes. If you're listening to us on SoundCloud, please hit the follow button, is it called? SoundCloud.
You can like it and add it to your playlist, and also follow.
And if you're watching this here on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button and also hit subscribe below. And most importantly, Brooke, if you're on YouTube,
you have to hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we either upload or do a podcast.
Absolutely. So, guys, until the next podcast, which is next week, hope you all have a great week. Hope you all have a good weekend. And we will see you all back here next week, hopefully with my new microphone, my new snowball microphone, which I'm looking forward to using. So until next week, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You keep saying thanks for watching because of the vlogs. Thanks for listening, guys. And we shall see you all back here next week.